guys, it's Gunner again. Yeah, sorry that I haven't been really doing anything for the past 4 days. It was like, yeah, on Friday, my sister, my friend, and my cousin, we all went to see Chevelle at the Vinyl in Vegas, at the Hard Rock Casino, with Turbo Geist opening. Both bands awesome. I mean, especially Turbo Geist. Those guys are pretty awesome. I mean, if you haven't heard of them, you should look them up. And also say this: the lead singer, his name is Jimmy Jagger. He is the son of Mick Jagger, the singer for the Rolling Stones. At first, when I've heard that, I didn't believe it, but then I looked it up, and it turns out it was. So. Well, anyways, now I'm here to do the Rarity chapter for the Canterlot Tales. Sorry. Yeah. This out of all of the chapters on this story, this is the longest, and I'll be definitely doing a 3-parter, or maybe 2-parter if I get done with it really fast. So, anyways, here it is. Finally, at long last, you're ready to move out of your cunt girlfriend's place and make a proper homestead. The battle axe has given you enough grief about the way you do things. How you aren't rich and famous, how you aren't a football star, this, that, and the other thing. Thankfully, she has been addicted to sex, something that you didn't give out so much. As you stroll down the streets toward the realtors, you mull over your finances and past sexual experiences. The one you are most fond of crops up the most. The third time with Blossom Forth tied you up, you relieve the sharp pain in your ass when she whipped you with the riding crop. Oh my god. Please don't tell me there's gonna be BDSM involved. Her cries of delight when you make her orgasm repeatedly, the trickle of blood you drew from her vagina. It's all vividly fresh in your mind as you approach the Victorian style building. You shift your shaft in your shorts and stride inside. Oh wow. The ding of the bell alerts the fine woman at work, but she doesn't bother to pause for a simple greeting. She said holds up a finger as to say, "One moment, I'm in the zone," or something along the lines. You don't mind waiting. Her slender figure manages to fill her fine clothing. The thin white blouse hugs her waist and chest very well, leaving little to the imagination, yet still makes a professional statement on its own. Her long black skirt showcases her round behind her amazing legs. The sign in the window confirmed it. She's a realtor, at least part-time. Rarity is also a designer. The various posters, spools of thread, and bolts of fabric would indicate. She seems busy now, however, creating an outfit of silk. "One moment, madam. I'm nearly finished," the purple-haired beauty says towards you. Her voice is sophisticated and rather sexy. You excuse her slip off your expensive sport coat. With a cast of blue magic, the dresses in progress floats through the air and onto a mannequin. The sleek red thing looks expensive, but on the right woman, it will be unforgettable. Marvelous. It is no. Oh. Rarity was startled that a man is in the store, as opposed to the opposite gender. "Pardon me, sir. I do apologize for calling you madam. My name is Rarity, and how may I assist you today?" She puts her hand on her waist and adorns to help her face. The red reading glasses on her nose sag just a bit with a winning smile. It's a pleasure, Miss Rarity, as you say as you step forward, gently taking her hand. My name is Bowstrings, and I'm looking for a new place to live. You try your best to match your level of intelligent politeness, enunciating slightly more than normal and keeping your posture straight. You see, my current love interest and I aren't seeing eye to eye. I want to, let's just say, have a place to go with, and when things fall through, which they will soon, fortunately. You maintained eye contact. Rarity seems very engaged with you. It's a shame how things work out, isn't it, Mr. Strings? Please call me Bo. You reply. Your deep voice seems to have found its mark. Rarity's cheeks are slightly rosy. Her chest rises and falls quickly. Your own heart is in your mouth. You're anxious to hear how she will react. Oh, well, all right, Bo. She trails off, gazing right into your eyes. Oh, well, what kind of accommodations are you in the market for? A bachelor pad of sorts? She entrusts her hand from your amorous grasp for another moment. Not quite. You glance around and let Rarity's warm fingers go. Taking a better look around the shop, you begin walking around slowly. I'm tired of paying rent. I want my own place with a few beds, a garage, a nice yard to keep, maybe even a pool, a basement. You trail a fanging transition into deep thought as you stare at the striking red gown. It's quite nice and very easy to imagine Rarity's curves filling it out. Do you like it? Rarity appears at your side and begins selling unconsciously. It's inspired by the finest French designers, but I used my own ideas and a bit of Oriental influence. That's why it almost looks like a kimono. Yet you could. Yeah, you could. Well, not you per se, but a fine woman would wear it at any formal event. I'm quite proud of it, actually. Oh my! But what are your thoughts, Bo? You look up and down, fantasizing about running your fingers up Rarity's leg, slipping the silk up her thigh, her waist, her chest, then all the way off. You scratch your chin and collect your thoughts. It's exquisite. It's exquisite, to be sure. I really enjoy the way this part looks. That's what you would call it. This part here. The overlap on the breast. You can undo it like this. Rarity easily undoes three concealed clasps, and the front of the dress slides open easily, exposing the off-white mannequin underneath. Someone can easily get in and out of. You see, it's designed for dating women, or I suppose ladies looking for companionship, such as myself. She blushes and covers her mouth with one hand as if in shock. Oh my! Did I just say that last part? Her face reddens deeply, and you can find it hard to conceal your smile. Rarity turns away and magically fixes the claps on the dress with a flick of the wrist. Well then, she reprises. It's out there now. No changing that. Let's move on to your house now. Her face is rosy when she turns to face you again, but not the deep crimson from a moment ago. Rarity aims one hand on the general direction of the rear door, offering her other for you to take. Shall we, Bo? Of course, Miss Rarity. You take her hand and give it a gentle peck. A delicate scent lifts off her skin and into your nose. When you look up, Rarity's hand rests above her breast. Her face is quite flustered. You may just get quite a deal out of her yet. I'm guessing in this chapter I actually have a pony name instead of like the typical human name. Hours pass and browsing the town for suitable lots and houses has turned out two possible choices. The first, a sturdy home right off of the marketplace with 2 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, an attic, and a little furniture. The second, a tall stately house with 3 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, a large basement, a nice yard, and a clean garage. The choice is obvious, as the second home has enough space around it so that screams of pain and pleasure will go unheard by the neighbors. Whatever's the most soundproof, I guess. 784 Huffington Street. That's quite an investment. Rarity says. The residents move into a new home in Canterlot, I believe. It's a shame, really. I threw quite elegant soirees, especially for Ponyville folk. Pray tell, Bo, what are your plans for such a place? Surely it won't be lived in by only one person all the time. You sip your gourmet coffee and look across the table at Rarity. She's still in her nice blouse and skirt. Of course not. You set your mug down. Besides holding a few private concerts, I want to use the basement for my private studies. A nice room for myself. The top floor will be for my bed. Or a bed and a guest bed. The main living space downstairs as well. We'll just have to find some sort of use for that. Maybe set up some acoustic paneling. I'm sure I can find a use for it. I really like high ceiling here. I could see it now. Yes. A nice leather couch, another facing it, soft white carpet. I'll slide all the comfy dining room chairs out, and I'll have plenty of room. My own concert hall in my living room. It'll be perfect. Wow, this guy's fancy. That sounds positively marvelous, Bo. I can't wait to start the paperwork to make this home yours. Rarity stands, her back remains straight. She bites a pen cap, thinking about the sale, and runs one finger along the buttons of her blouse, accentuating the roundness of her nice full breast. I'll grab my portfolio now. You gladly watch her tight ass as it sways away to her office. Looking down the straight hallway, her office door is open. Rarity bends over, keeping her legs straight, and opens the filing cabinet, eagerly taking the shape of her backside for the time she stops over the drawer, swaying it from side to side. At last she stands up, her large folder in her arms, and kicks the bottom file closed. You turn around to face the table before you're caught. Here we are, she says from the hall. All the documents needed for you to officially own your new house. Let's begin, shall we? Fine, I've been cheating on you anyway, asshole. Get the fuck out. Blossomforth, in her underwear and one of her old t-shirts, isn't happy to hear the news. You knew of the affair, but it was a non-issue. You stopped truly caring about her weeks ago. Ever since you began making payments on the new house, the bills were hard to hide. Luckily, the expensive stuff, the TV, the 2 cellos, the camera, and the femdom equipment are already in the new place in Huffington. Oh yeah. In this chapter, I'm into S&M. You block out the yelling and get the last of your clothes packed. Tristan, your old friend from high school orchestra class, is helping, but he's having a tougher time ignoring the ear battering Blossomforth that is belting out. The last box is packed with your nice ties, shirts, and robe. Yay, I'm friends with Tristan. Jeez, bowstrings, what's with all the S&M shit? Tristan asks as he has the last of your luggage into the car. It's not your stuff, is it? You retort and slam the trunk. Fuck no, it isn't. I don't want some dominatrix using me to put out cigarette. Then shut the fuck up. I pay money for these things. And I don't question why you buy all that pony merch. In the passenger seat, Tristan opens his mouth to rebuttal, but closes his mouth and squints his eyes. He sighs and buckles his seatbelt. The drive across town was short. Ponyville isn't very big at all. I guess Tristan is a brony in this one. Huffington is a side street. Huffington is a side street in the wealthiest part of town. The neighbors are sort of ritzy, but not too flashy. It's the perfect breeding ground for future sadists and perverts. The recluse and excess is fuel for the young's boredom. The house for sale was posted less than a week before you bought it. You've already moved most of your things. This is the last time you'll ever have to go see Blossomforth at her home. Your mind, however, is running wild with the intense sessions the two of you had. Wow, that sounds like a good place to live. The stunning brightness and spaciousness of the living room does much to take your thoughts away. The tall windows that looks over the backyard face west, as do the windows higher up on the wall. All of the windows let in the afternoon sun in abundance. No question why you bought this place, Bo. Tristan sets the box down on the carpet and looks up to the vaulted ceiling and the room in general. You could throw some crazy fucking parties here. Hey, if we do, I swear, if you do have a rager in here, I'll help you clean up and kick everyone out in the morning. No wild parties here. You yell it from the staircase which leads you to your basement. The furniture I ordered is way too expensive to play beer pong and make out with sluts on. Tristan is audibly saddened, but you pay no attention to him. The final box lays open in front of you. Its contents bring back sick, fantastic memories. You pick up a stained sleep blinder. You remember the exact session it became soiled, and you never cleaned it. The bits of the black felt are bloodstained. Yeesh. It must have been 4 months ago. The third time Blossomforth agreed to fuck using ropes and gags. She's a bitch, a controlling, cruel bitch with a jaded heart. She's just the type of bitch that loves inflicting pain in the people she loves. She definitely loved you. Shut your fucking face! Blossomforth punctuates her command with a painful slap to the face. Beg to put your tongue in my pussy, you bitch. She slapped your face again, harder. Yes, mistress. Please, let me taste your slit. Blossom smacks your cranium with the crop, but you can't see a thing. You right yourself in the chair you sit in. The rope digs into your wrist harshly. Excuse me, slave? Please, mistress, let me taste your pussy, mistress. Oh, shit. She takes your chin gently with one hand, pretending that she cares. That's better. Open up, slave. Blossom lets go your chin. Lets your chin go. You open your mouth open wide and stick out your tongue, just like at the doctor's. You feel a pin prick on your forehead. Blossomforth's gloves are tipped with metal claws. The tips razor sharp. You bend to her whim. A trickle of blood drips down onto the blinder. The pain is sharp, but equally so is the rush of excitement it brings. She grabs your hair and with another hand and draws her claws away. You can taste your own blood dripping down your tongue. Swallow, she commands you. I don't want your dirty blood to touch my cunt, slave. Yes, mistress. You obey, drinking down your own blood. You immediately stick your tongue out again. Oh, Jesus. All clean, slave. It's almost as if you don't want to be punished. Blossomforth says, a little too sweetly. If you don't make me come hard, you don't get to fuck me, and I decide what hard is. Yes, miss. Blossomforth stops you with an open hand to your cheek, harder than before. You sit up again, your cock Your cock stands rigid out of your lap. You speak only when you're spoken to. She slaps your face again hard. The left side of your face burns with pain. Isn't that right, worthless slave? Yes, mistress. I can feel the cut on your you can feel the cut on your face has opened again. Warmth trickles down your nose under the blinder and around your mouth. Boston Forth uses a cloth to wipe it away. You better loved it. Bowstrings, are you done down there? Tristan asks from somewhere upstairs. I gotta get going. You look back to the box full of leather and stainless steel and velvet. Your cock is rock hard from the memories alone. 1 minute, Tristan. You yell back. Your deep voice echoes slightly in the concrete confines. Your mind swirls with possibilities, but you drown them and head back upstairs. Oh, wow. I do not like S&M stories very well. Only for you, Adam. I'll try to fucking finish it. The party is winding down upstairs. The well-to-do need their beauty sleep. The partiers you left upstairs with a full bottle of wine are Tristan in a tux. Thankfully, you see a few seemingly available women and a handful of other acquaintances and neighbors. Rarity, however, has had your eye all evening. You and her remained in contact since the sale of the house, usually chatting at the grocery store, arranging for coffee, then a nice night out. Then came the fourth day, a nice night alone on the warm summer evening, watching the stars on a hillside. She wore her silk faux kimono, the red thing you saw her finish when you met. Your fingers intertwined while reaching for the champagne. The accidental touch was not quite an accident, of course, but Rarity played innocently naive. You poured 2 glasses, give a toast, sipped and closely conversed thereafter. Rarity has finished her drink rather quickly. The rest of the evening was pleasant, but that was it. You denied her a kiss at her doorstep, and instead you offered an invitation for your first house party. Tonight she's yours, moderately drunk and very frisky. She's wearing a sexy and stylish cocktail dress that leaves little to the imagination. I knew you were gifted in your performance bowstrings, but I don't know you were so well hung. Thank you, Miss Rarity. Rarity sits back on her knees, looking up into your eyes. Bo, I'm eye level with your penis. You hardly have to call me Miss. My apologies. You replied gently, touching her expertly fixed hair. Respectfulness is a vice of mine. And I have mine. Rarity says hotly. She grabs your hardy shaft by the base, sticking her pinky out. She gently squeezes and starts rubbing your entire length of your rod. It's doing its hard as steel. You have abstained from masturbating since you moved in. You want a mammoth load of Rarity. Holy crap. Even when she's given a hand job, she's actually pretty manifold with it. Yeah, she even sticks her pinky out. She flips her hair out of her eyes and begins. Wait a minute, did I miss something? I don't think so. She flips her hair out of her eyes and begins using 2 hands. Her dainty fingers aren't enough to do the job adequately. Oh, Miss Rarity, I have an idea. How would you like? You pause to jar her curiosity. What would you think of me? What do you think of being in total control? Of having me and my cock completely at your mercy? Wait, what would you do to me? What, my dear? What, my dear? You touch a finger to her chin and tilt her head up. What would you have me do to you. Rarity lets go of your ironclad and health and stands up. Her dress rides high enough on her thighs that you can even glimpse her purple panties. You are unsure, but you think and hope there's a wet spot on them. She lifts one of her fine shapely legs and clings to your shoulders. Her face inches from yours. Rarity rests her thigh on yours. Her warm region pressed onto your bare shaft. Well, are you asking for what I hope you are asking? Her sweet breath entices you as much as the heat from her crotch touching your erection. It's Rarity. On the other side of the basement is a hidden room. Inside is a wooden chair and a very comfortable bed. Please bind my hands and feet and dominate me. Treat me like a slave. Use me. Release your pent-up anger on me. Then fuck me. The words hover in the air for an agonizingly long time. Rarity's face is unreadable. She backs away an inch, still holding you. Her gaze drops to your aching shaft briefly, then to you. Rarity's lips twist into a wicked grin. Oh fuck. Man, why does everybody always portray Rarity the fucking dominatrix? I don't get it. Rarity presses her entire body onto yours. Her heavy breasts are compressed between you. She breathes in your ear. I've never done that before, but I absolutely love the idea. She leans up and bites your ear gently, but slowly chomps with her front teeth hard enough to bring intense pain. You yell reflexively. The unexpected bite distracts you from your sex drive momentarily, but the ache that follows makes your blood boil and your cock throb. You turn and pin Rarity against the wall. She's breathing harder than you. You press your hands on her having breasts and your lips firmly to hers. Her lips are sweet like her breath. The silk of her dress is thin, soft and heated by her bare breasts underneath. She grabs your face, breathing deeply, moaning with anxious longing. You work one hand up to undo the swift collapse, but she pushes your face away and slaps it hard. You dare think you are worthy to see my bare chest? She inquires with hostility. You are lucky to even see my eyes looking at you, you worthless puddle of vitriol. Rarity's face softens a bit, and she says, I am on the right track. You touch your face where she slapped you. It stings, but the pain is fading fast. Yes, that was perfect. The safe word is always cleft when I play. You shift your stance, preparing your mind for submission. Cleft it is. Now lead your mistress to the chamber. Yes, Mistress Rarity. This way. You walk to the gap on the wall between the second and third bookcase, and push the false wall open. A flick of the switch bathes the small room with white and red light. The chamber is filled with a fascinating chair with leather restraints, borrowed from an insane asylum, no less, and a large bed with silk sheets, a sink with a mirror, and an inverting rack near the large trunk, which rests on the foot of the bed. You step inside and let Rarity in. She notices as you walk with her semi-flaccid penis still protrudes from your hands. You begin to shoot that, but Rarity stops you with her hand. Did your mistress tell you to put that long cock away? Rarity says quietly. No, Mistress Rarity. You can feel it begin to harden. Her gloved slender fingers lay still on the soft warm skin. Do you want your lady to stroke, Bo? Rarity asks in a silky voice. You look up. Her raised eyebrows and pursed lips make her look suggestively genuine. Yes, Mrs. Rarity, if you wish, that is. You, you're damn well right if I wish. She flicks the nearly rigid head, sending intense pain into all of your privates. Ugh. Rarity slaps your face. The palm of her hand leaves a stinging pain on your cheek, but it is hardly noticeable to the deep pain in your erection. Rarity lifts her finger and walks towards you. You try to back away, but you hit the wall after 2 steps. I'll touch your laughable heart on when the mood strikes, maybe. Until then, I shall do as I wish. As I wish. I will never ask you for your 2 cents. Do I make myself clear, slave? She's nearly at your face now. Her warm breath swells into your lips. You taste it eagerly to suck it into your lungs. You smile through your fears and say, "Yes, mistress." Rarity slaps your face again, then steps back. Next time I'll wipe that grin off your face with a club. Now sit down and tell your mistress where the fun things are stashed. This time she uses real force. Your right cheek stings harshly. You fucking love it. Oh yeah, I fucking love it, sure. In that trunk, mistress, it's unlocked. Shackles and ropes on the right. Gags and other restraints on the left. There's a whip with a riding crop too. You wonder what she will spring for. Will Mrs. Rarity make you strip and blindfold you on the chair? Or maybe she'll bind your wrists to the headboard and deny you climax repeatedly. I really hope it's the latter. You shudder at the possibilities. Rarity opens the chest, her eyes widen at the contents. Oh, tonight we will have fun. Rarity is giddy with sadistic excitement, and I know just how this evening will unfold. Trash. You realize she's addressing you. Yes, mistress? Are you sure your guests upstairs will leave and not come down here? Yes, mistress. The only one bold enough to venture down here is drunk and flirting, and these walls are concealed and soundproof. This is my sanctuary, my lady. You stand in place and resist the powerful urge to take Rarity slowly in your arms and suavely speak closely with her. I'm your prisoner tonight. We won't be heard, no matter how loud I scream. You can't help but feel proud and irked by your own words. You feel a carnal surge rush through your body at the idea of turning the tables and raping Rarity. She knew some magic, but maybe it won't be that easy. You know a bit as well, but you are new in town. If Rarity brought out an accusation, even just to her closest friends, you, the male would definitely be persecuted. No matter how loud we scream. What, slave? What, slave? Rarity breaks your train of thought, probably for the best. No matter how loud we scream. We scream, Mrs. Rarity. You hastily correct yourself. Better. Rarity chides. Sit, slave. You obey and take your seat on the chair. It's hard back and seat are just a bit uncomfortable. Rarity orders you to cross your arms behind your back, and you do so. She uses the police handcuffs with a thick linen padding. You're still in your party wear. Your rigid penis proudly protrudes from your pants. Rarity ties your ankles to the chair. She holds a sleep binder. The sleep binder in her hand and sits on your lap. You are enthralled by her closeness, her weight on your thighs. The tip of your cock occasionally touches the silk gown just so slightly. How much money do you really have, Beau? Rarity quietly inquired. Can this tux be ripped to ribbons? How much would this whole outfit cost as mere rags? You smile at the question. This particular tuxedo was a cheap one, but the thread count was high. You anticipated your clothes might not be in the best condition at the end of the night. This whole thing, you breathe back. I got this. I got this when the good ones are all the cleaners. Rip it up, mistress. I'm hot anyway. Rarity laughs poshly in your face. She leans forward with an inch of your face and just barely whispers, I'm getting that jacket off. I want to see your bare chest. Rarity closes her eyes, her hands on your shoulders, and drifts closer for a kiss. You hesitate to return it, but move forward to meet her lips. Rarity kisses you fiercely, but is swept up in her scent and taste immediately. She sucks on her lower lip, a bit too hard. She bites down on it, painfully. You grunt and move forward to alleviate the pain. She pulls back faster, her front teeth dig into your flesh. Rarity releases you and stands on your knees over your rigid cock. She looks like she's about to speak, but subsides. She moves in slowly, gently, offering another kiss. Your lip pains you, and you refuse her, clamping your mouth shut. She grabs your throat with force. Let me taste your blood, Beau. Rarity half commands and half pleads. I won't bite much more. Give it to me, my sex slave. Rarity lowers herself carefully. Your erection slides between her dress and the hot skin above her panties. The pleasure is agonizingly light, but the pain of a needle, like a pain of a needle. The soft silk parting around your head, and Rarity's silken skin caressing the sensitive, bulging underside. Rarity leans forward to it and pulls your face closer by your neck. Rarity tilts your head down so the blood will fall forward. Like a fucking vampire. You can taste your own blood in your mouth and Rarity's sweet champagne-less breath on your lips. She sucks your lips to yours and snakes her tongue into your mouth. Excuse me. You open wide, gladly having it your mouth. You suck it gently, enticing Rarity to explore your mouth. She plays with your tongue briefly, but slowly follows the line between your bottom teeth and your lip to taste the saliva and blood that is pooled there. Rarity exhales hotly and in and around your mouth. Her hot skin caresses the underside of your shaft as hot. You can feel the warmth of liquid trickling down the very base of your shaft. Rarity draws back. Her face is a shade of scarlet, brighter than her dress. She sits up. A tiny amount of friction from her dress and herself makes you gasp. It's so sharp, so easy. You feel your cock throb several times. Rarity gets down on her knees before you. She's smiling ever so slightly. Rarity puckers her lips and places her hands on the insides of your thighs and, without a word, pushes them out. Lifting herself, she bends her head down and opens your mouth over your aching member. Your breath tickles the skin ethereally. You can just see the tip of Rarity's tongue sticking out, pointing at the end of your stiffness. A strand of bloody spit descends down to your dickhead. The pink-tinged saliva flows out more and more. Rarity's coating your penis with her own saliva slowly, without actually touching it. The warm spit cools on your hot skin. The feeling is strange, but sort of nice. Rarity looks up. Her tongue is out, and her mouth is wide open. You wish you could come right come right this second and cover her face and lips with semen. You can picture messing up her perfect makeup, waiting her long eyelashes, which are likely fake at that volume. God, the urge is too fucking powerful to bear. Rarity's coaxing and beaming smile turns to a wicked grin. You want me to suck your long cock, don't you, Bo? Rarity teases you with seduction. I want the head of the creature to poke my throat, make me choke and spit straight down to my stomach. Or maybe you want my pretty little face desecrated with your hot sticky cum. Oh, I could never do that. I could never do that to my hair. If you came in my hair. Rarity goes silent, pouting upon how most likely would be until you bled. Rarity stings you with a reminder. You're her bitch. Then I'll make you lick it out. Don't get any spread on my hair, okay, slave? You go the wet. You go to wet the back of your throat. Yes, Mrs. Rarity, I'll come wherever you want, and whenever I want. Rarity stands suddenly. The trail of saliva on her chin falls to make a tiny stain on your almost expensive pants. Now we'll get started. Rarity moves behind you and starts unbuttoning your shirt hastily. Her practiced fingers undo the fastening without fumbling. She pulls the side apart to reveal your somewhat muscular chest. Rarity traces your collarbone with a finger on each side. You can hear her deep, uneven breathing. Rarity slips something made of lovely soft fabric over your eyes. You wiggle in protest, but not sincerely. Rarity is gone from behind you, but you have no clue where she is. She is silent, so you remain. Sit still, and I won't cut you. You feel a twinge of genuine fear run down your spine, making your gut seem to flow. You feel a pull at the shoulder of your jacket, and the fabric loosens around your arm. Then comes off completely. The sound of tearing fabric for the second arm comes to your ear. The sleeve comes off more quickly. You sit forward and let Rarity remove your undershirt as well. You sit relieved. You sit heavily, relieved and excited and horny as hell. A few wooden rungs that make the back of your chair support you. A pair of sure hands pull your forehead back and your chin down. A ball is thrust into your mouth forcefully. You choke from the spit it sends into your windpipe, but the holes allow enough ventilation. You breathe. You feel a few hairs pinch painfully as Rarity fastens the ball gag strap behind your head. Rarity pinches your nose, giggling maniacally at your desperate reaction. The pearl makes you want to fuck for your life even more. Rarity laughs and walks away. I'm going to use the upstairs washroom, slave. I'll be back in a moment. Don't go anywhere. Rarity giggles like a schoolgirl who heard her favorite boy band mentioned by a stranger. The false door opens somewhere to your right, sending mortal terror into you. You feel suddenly dizzy, thirsty. You need to pass water. You need to fucking come into something living badly. You writhe in place, trying to loosen any binding. The left ankle knot feels a bit loose. You try to simply force that one undone to no avail. The rope is tough nylon. This guy is so massive. He's such a masochist. You slump on the wooden chair. The ball gag makes your jaw uncomfortable, and breathing is difficult. The plastic is more or less tasteless. It It was sanitized just after the move. Doubts begin to swirl in your mind. What if Rarity is swept up and taken to another party? No, it's a little late for that. Rarity would be fueled by adrenaline by now, but she wouldn't want to associate with people who denied themselves their beauty sleep. Maybe she would invite others down here, unintentional or otherwise. No, Rarity has a silver tongue, among other fine features. You feel a renewed luster in her body, for her body. You want to turn the tables, tie her down, and penetrate her. She's horny too. She would most likely agree to such a fuck. You want to come in her hair too. You want to keep her tied up, fuck her, and come in her all night and day. You absent-mindedly hump the air as best as you can, just making the thrusting motions makes your cock harder. Is she going to bring someone down to help? That idea puts anxious excitement and fear into you. Another woman torturing you and then pleasing you, maybe letting or forcing you to pleasure her. That would be good, but could probably get away with decorating her. You jump at the hand tracing the base of your spine. Fingers glide upwards after your first spasm. Her hand runs to your neck, and she wraps her arms around you, pressing her bare chest into your shoulders. Her soft skin is warm. You wish to caress it and massage it, to lick and bite it, and rub your hard cock against it. She draws more palms onto your shoulders and leans forward to bite your ear. Her teeth dig in slightly, but with more force than foreplay. You shudder. Pain turns to fucked up pleasure inside you. Flows out your core to your groin. You feel her hands leave, but one follows you back to the opposite shoulder. She claps it and pauses. I can tell you're excited, Bo, a voice says. It's Rarities, you're sure, but not the same as before. Her masochistic side is slightly sated, you guess. Her voice is sweet and laden with lusty promise. She twirls around, definitely straddles you. Her silky soft skin brushes along your throbbing member. You breathe hard, the holes in the ball gag. You just want to break out and hold her, to either fuck her raw or make slow love with Rarity. You can easily imagine that she loved both. You know what? Fuck it. I'm ending this right here. Wow, this is really not my forte. I am nowhere into BDSM. But you know, since Adam wanted me to do a request on it, I guess I'll try to do it, I guess. Well, this is part 1, so... Anyways, part 2 will be here like sometime in the week, I guess. Oh. If any people out there watching this, I guess, if you haven't heard about a fanfiction called My Second Life, you should read it. It's so good. Like that story is like right up there with Behind Blue Eyes or Memoirs of a Reality Jumper. It's just amazing. And I would also like to, yes, not only I would thank Der Muffenmeister for this story, I would also like to thank Colbuck for that story too. I'm already on the 38th chapter, and I'm waiting for more of that. So anyways, This is Game Mullins 2-1. I don't know.